Hi folks, it's James Travers, and I'm making this short video for you to tell you about the 7 stages of the spiritual journey. The spiritual journey is a journey of life. And what life is really all about is coming to an understanding of the true nature of your being. And there are 4 ways that you can do that correspond to the 4 yogas. One yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of devotion. This approach is based on faith. In this approach, the practitioner has faith in a god or a deity, and the devotion to that god or deity is the practice of Bhakti Yoga. A second yoga is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is the yoga of selfless service. This is the yoga of action. So the practitioner of Karma Yoga does act, but he or she is not caught up with the fruits of action. And that approach is called Karma Yoga. Third yoga is Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga is the yoga that's associated with the 8 limbs of yoga. The first 2 limbs are Yama and Niyama. These are the moral and ethical guidelines that a practitioner of Raja Yoga follows. The third limb is Asana. Now this is the limb that most people associated with yoga are familiar with today because it's the practice of yoga postures, doing yoga poses. The fourth limb is called Pranayama. Pranayama is regulating the breath, and more specifically, it's regulating the energies associated with the flow of the breath. The fifth limb is called Pratyahara. Pratyahara is most often translated as withdrawal of the sense doors. More accurately, it's the practice of giving emphasis to perceiving itself instead of to the objects of perception. And the last 3 limbs are most often taken together. They are dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, or concentration, meditation, and absorption. And when these 3 limbs are taken together, that's called samyana, or total attention. So the practice of the 8 limbs of yoga is Raja Yoga. But the yoga I really want to tell you about is the 4th, or Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga is the yoga of wisdom. And that's what this material is really all about, because Jnana Yoga follows the 7 stages of the spiritual journey. The first stage is ignorance of the true nature of your being. That ignorance of the true nature of your being naturally leads to the second stage, which is an error. And the error is mistaken identity, mistaken appearance for essence. It's identifying with things like your name and form, or your body and your mind, instead of with the essence of who you truly are. And that mistaken identity naturally leads to the third stage, which is suffering based on that error or mistake. The 4th stage of the spiritual journey is quite important. It's a teacher, a book, or some source of information that gives you accurate information about the true nature of your being. This is tremendously helpful and it's highly significant. Yet there is a problem because that information is secondhand, and it points to the need of the 5th stage, which is the most important stage of the spiritual journey, and that's the stage of insight, where insight is a direct experience of the true nature of your being. And here insight can be defined as the capacity to gain an accurate, intuitive understanding of the true nature of your being. That's the wisdom of Dhyana Yoga. And this wisdom of this insight naturally leads to the 6th stage, which is correcting the error of mistaken identity. Then all of these stages taken together culminate in the 7th stage, which is lasting peace and happiness. The clarity gained from the insight, the direct personal experience of the true nature of your being, leads to peace. And from that point on, you can lead life happily. You'll find more information about the 7 stages of the spiritual journey on the page below. Thanks for watching. Namaste.